What's going on, guys? Joe's from Anovia Wheels, and we just got some brand new samples in of our Anovia Forged Wheels. So we wanted to take the chance to go ahead and give these a good look over and just kind of explain to you guys what the process is, for ordering a set of Anovia Forged Wheels, and kind of just give a breakdown of what they are and what you can expect if you do go to fill out a quote, or just kind of the general options of what you can go build on our website as far as a multi-piece set of wheels. So before we go ahead and dive right in, don't forget to check us out over at AnoviaWheels.com. You can head on over to the monoblock or forged section of the website and check out either the monoblock and rotary forged wheels or our brand new forged lineup. So as you can see right here, we have our Kinetic in a 3-piece configuration as well as our Anovia Knight. So these are two of the original Artisa line of wheels, so the Deco Directional line of wheels that we brought over into the Forged lineup. So you can see the Kinetic and the Knight here. We also have the Elder, the Titan, and the Carrier also available. So the original 5 designs from Artisa are available as the Anovia Forged lineup. So we got 2 of them right here. As you can see, the Kinetic here is a little bit different of a profile than we have for the Knight. Now that's one of the big things that's not only going to determine how much these wheels are going to cost, but the overall look of them. So when you order a standard set of 3-piece forged wheels, you're typically looking at something like this. Now this is what we're going to call our standard profile of a multi-piece forged wheel. Now what I mean by that is going to have your 3 parts, going to have your barrel, your lip, and your face. Now, you can look at the difference of the actual design of the face here. If you see on the Kinetic here how the spokes come out a lot, it's actually got a lot of concavity to it. That's going to be our floating spoke versus our standard profile. So your standard profile might have a little bit of concavity to it, but for the most part, it's going to be a pretty flat profile. Now with that, you're not going to be starting off with a larger blank or anything like that, so there's not going to be a ton of mill time. There's not going to be a lot of material wasted or cut away, so this is going to be your most affordable option. And typically, when you look at other multi-piece wheels on the market, especially older multi-piece wheels, this is kind of the profile that you're going to see. Still looks absolutely killer, but when you get into some upgraded options like the floating spoke or even the super deep concave, that's when you get a lot more depth to the wheel, a lot more design, and of course, a little bit more price with it. So stepping up to the next setup here, I'm going to sit this down so it doesn't roll off the table. We get to the floating spoke, which this Kinetic is set up in. So as you can see, the spokes are disconnected from the rest of the wheel, except for where it joins, of course, between where the barrel and the lip meet. So this is going to give you a lot more concavity versus the standard profile, and you're going to have a little bit of these legs coming out, but it's not going to be anything like too crazy. Typically, you're going to see like the floating spokes on some more narrow wheels with less of an offset. Now, when you get to something that has like a really low offset, like a +10 or maybe even into a negative offset, and you want that concavity to it, that's when you're going to get into probably the more expensive option of the group, which is going to be your super deep concave. Now, if you take a look at my Anovia Titans that I have on my RX-8, that is a great example of a super deep concave profile. Reason being is that those are in the rear in 18x10 -30 wheels. So very deep offset wheel, very deep concave wheel, which gives the availability to get what those are called legs of the spokes to really push that face out before it dives back into the center hub. Obviously, that's going to require a larger blank, a lot more material, and of course, a lot more machining time. So that is why the price is going to, kind of end up in that higher end. So starting out, if you're just looking for a basic set of multi-piece wheels, you're going to look at something like your standard profile. If you want something maybe a little more aggressive, but don't have like a wide body car or anything like that, you can take a look at the floating spoke. And then if you do have something wide body or you want like a really, really low offset, you're going to look more into either the standard profile, or if you want some concave, look into that super deep concave. Now, when you go to our website and go to fill out a quote, you'll see some things on there that come as like part of our standard package when it comes to a set of multi-piece forged Anovia wheels. What will come as a standard option that's not going to add anything as far as like additional price on top of the base price is going to be something with a single stage finish for the face, which is like we have here for the Knight, and the Kinetic, which is just a single color, whatever color you want. We can really do pretty much anything. It's going to come with a polished lip. These are both polished lips. A lot of people think these are chrome lips, but these are actually just truly polished lips. And then they're going to come with a raw inner barrel. So on both of these examples, these are a painted inner barrel, which you can have as an additional option. But for a standard set, you'll get a raw barrel. And as far as hardware goes, for the standard option, you'll be suited with a set of chrome hardware, which you can see both on the Knight and the Kinetic here. Honestly, looks really good. You know, if you want to get that little pop of color, you can get some, you know, painted hardware, things like that, but we'll touch on that in just a second. But your standard loadout for a set of multi-piece wheels is going to be a single stage finish for the face, polished lips, raw inner barrel with chrome hardware. Now, one of the best parts about ordering a set of multi-piece wheels is the availability to customize them any way you want. And with Anovia Forged, you can absolutely do just that. When it's starting with, you know, your face of the wheel, you got a few finish options. You can go with a single stage, like we said, that comes standard, or you can go with a stage 2 finish, which is what we call when you go with something like a polished or brushed surface. Now, on top of that, you'll get some sort of either like double dark tint or tinted clear, or, you know, some sort of clear that's got a bit of color to it, so you can still see any brushing or polish of the surface of the actual face of the wheel. The next step after the stage 2 would be something like your chrome plating or copper plating or black chrome plating, or some sort of plating process that would require, you know, the face of the wheel to go off to another process to get taken care of and get the color that you want. Those things are usually going to be your more expensive options, and again, you can check them out on the website. Moving off from the face, you get to your barrels and your lips. Now, lips, like I said, come standard polished. You can get them painted as well, either single stage, or if you want to do the dual stage, you get them brushed or polished and then tinted, cleared, or whatever you want to do, you can do that as well. Again, additional option on top of that. And then we get to the barrel of the wheels, to the back side of the wheel. We typically recommend, if you're doing a multi-piece set of wheels, to go with some sort of black barrel, whether that's satin black, gloss black, whatever you do. I like to do satin black on my inner barrels. It kind of gives a little bit of depth to the wheel, and you know, you don't have to worry about cleaning them as often. The black does, you know, kind of hide a lot of stuff, whereas you get like some sort of like painted inner barrel or something like that with like a white or blue or whatever it's going to be, you know, you're going to have to worry about keeping them things clean. But satin black seems to hide a good amount of stuff in there. You don't have to worry about it as much. And like I said, kind of separates the face of the wheel from the rest of the wheel, especially if you have, you know, like a darker face. And then finally, we get to the hardware. Now, like I said, the chrome hardware comes standard. You can, of course, get painted hardware. You can get plated hardware as well if you want to do copper, gold, whatever you want to do. Again, all additional upcharge and additional options that you can choose for the hardware. But like I said, chrome comes standard and looks good with a lot of stuff, but you have the availability to really do whatever you want. But it doesn't stop there either, because not only can you choose the profile and finishes of the wheel, you can choose what types of lips that you want as well. So these are both what we call the step lip, or like kind of the standard lip when it comes to multi-piece set of wheels. See these a lot in like more sport-oriented setups, or you can go with a reverse lip as well, or a flat lip, whatever you want to call it. And that's going to be more for like your show builds, things like that, where you want like the really, really deep lip as much as you can get. Doesn't really get, you know, distorted by the step lip like here. And if you want like the deep dish, deep lip kind of look, you can go with something like a reverse lip. And you also have options with hardware. If you want fully exposed hardware like on both of these, or if you want like half and half, you know, half coming through the back, half through the front, or half hidden is basically what we call it. Or if you want to do fully hidden hardware as well, where you don't see anything on the front, it's all, you know, assembled through the back, and you don't see any of the hardware coming through the front. Some people do like that. I know for our elders specifically, in the standard profile, you do have to have them with hidden hardware, just due to the actual design of the wheel and the spacing of everything on the spokes on the front, because it does get really tight. Make sure that, you know, you will have to do hidden hardware on that. That's a quick note. But on the other models, you do have the option, like I said, either fully exposed, half and half, or fully hidden. One of the biggest questions we get is, of course, what sizes can we build these things out to? So we start at 17 inches in diameter and go all the way up to 24 inches. We can do staggered setups. We can do dual staggered setups. You know, if you want to run like 17s in the front, 18s in the rear, or a lot of supercar guys like to run like 20s in the front, 21s in the rear, something like that, we can absolutely do that for you. As far as like offsets and everything, really open to whatever you need. Like I said, I got negative 30s on the RX-8. If you need, you know, a really low offset like that, we can absolutely make that work for you. Just make sure to go on over to our website and fill out a quote, and then I will get back to you personally, because I'm the one answering all the emails right now, and see exactly what you need. So if, you know, you can't fill out exactly what you're looking for, just submit the quote anyway. I'll reach out to you through email and ask any questions of, you know, do you want staggered? Are you looking for a specific offset? Or if you have any fitment questions or anything like that, I'd be more than happy to answer those in there. And then finally, if you do end up purchasing a set of Anovia Forged multi-piece wheels, we're right now at this moment looking at right around an 8-week build time, depending of course on size, availability, and materials, and then of course if there's any other additional options, if they have to get sent off to get plated or chromed or anything like that, that might add on to there. But right now, looking at about a standard 8-week build time. So if you want to go ahead ahead and quote out your own set of Anovia Forged multi-piece wheels, feel free to drop down in the link in the description, or just head on over to Anovia Wheels under the Wheels tab and go to the Forged landing page. You can fill out a quote there. Like I said, I'll reach out to you via email with all that information, and we can start building you a set of custom wheels for your car. So thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, if you have any other questions in the meantime, feel free to drop them down in the comments, shoot us a DM, or like I said, just shoot us a quote. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you later. Peace.